Ooh, it's somebody's birthday. Shout out to whoever birthday it is. Birthday gang gang. Whose birthday it is? Let me know whose birthday it is. I want to say what's up. Let me know if you can hear me. Make sure the audio's good. Oh, shout out to India and Sweden. Wow. We got Chicago in the building. We got NYC, Germany. I got a little bit of a raspy throat. I was sick for a couple of days. We got Russia. Oof. We got New York. Okay. I feel it. We got the Caribbean. We got Florida. We got ATL. Oh my God. We got the whole globe in here. Like I always say, I love the unity. You know what I'm saying? I love the unity when we come in here. We got Jamaica. We got Jamaicans in the building. Shout out to all my fellow Jamaicans. You understand? Black, white, yellow, pink, blue, don't matter. Skin is glowing today. I bet your skin is glowing today. I bet all of you are glowing today. We have like a quick session today. Vibe out, have some tea. See what the vibes are like today. I've been like in bed for like a few days, just like battling something. I wasn't feeling well. So I wanted to get the energy going again by coming on live stream, ease into things, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I take a break from content creation, even for 4 days, I got to ease back in, you know? I think it's a good metaphor for life as well. Netherlands, the Ukraine, Kenya, Canada. Ooh, we got Canada in the building, South Africa, the Netherlands. I see you. Nashville, Washington. Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to all the Amapiano artists out there in South Africa. That's one of my favorite genres on the planet. I listen to Amapiano music every single day. China. How am I feeling now? I'm feeling better. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like 70, 80%. I bet by the end of the day, I'll be at a 100%. I bet by the end of this live stream, I'll be at 100% actually because of all of y'all. Will you be my baby daddy? No. I already have a daughter. No more kids for me. Shout out to Greece, Ohio, South Carolina, Pennsylvania. Oh man, there's a lot of people in here. I'm gonna let the flags fly for a minute till we get into it. We got Nigeria. We got any fellow creators in the building, any YouTubers in here, any people that create on TikTok or whatever it may be. Understand? I always say I think creating content is a spiritual journey. I think I've learned the most through content creation about myself. So that's why I'm a high advocate on expressing oneself, you know, highest form of nutrition being in our expression. But you don't even have to start a YouTube channel or like a podcast or anything like that to express yourself. I think expressing ourselves, we do it through the incremental steps throughout our day. You know, just the way we show up for ourselves, our laughter, your unique smile, the way you dress, whatever it may be. We got a graphic designer in the building. We have another YouTuber in the building. Shout out to India. Thank you, Sev. Thank you. Shout out to Delhi, India. Shout out to Lynn. Oh, I know Lynette Atkins. I watch your videos. Shout out to Lynette Atkins. If I said your name right. YouTube pumps your channel a lot actually on my For You page. So I've definitely checked you out. Shout outs to you. We got artists, painters. We got everybody in the building. My YouTube has about 600 subs. I remember I had 600 subs just like a year and a half ago. About 1 year, I think a year and a half ago, I had like less than 1,000 subscribers. A year and a half ago, about 18 months ago. So, which is wild, right? I always say bamboo growth, right? Like everything can change in the matter of one day. Anything can change in the matter of a week, right? I always try to believe in the beauty in life, the magic in life. Like I always look at life as if anything could change this year. I've always looked at life like that, just because I've seen it happen in my life or other people's lives. You know, other people's stories are testimonies as well, right? When I see blessings and like opportunities happen in other people's lives, To me, that's proof that, the opportunities are there for myself as well. JD makes edits, 330 subs. Shout outs to you. Check your Instagram DMs. My Instagram DMs, I'm going to be completely honest. It's impossible for me to get back to every Instagram DM. Right now I'm getting like a lot of DMs, so I miss some. So it may take me some time to catch up and catch your DM. Yeah, shout out to Portland. Oof, I love Portland. Portland's only like 5 hours away from me, and I go there. I rent the scooters in the city, go catch a basketball game, hit like some coffee shops. It's like one of my favorite things to do. Financial happiness or spiritual happiness coming first? They're both important, right? Like, you're not going to be spiritually happy in this world. I'm not going to say that. You're not going to be completely at a peace of mind if your finances ain't right? Like, if you can't take care of yourself, like, financial health is so important. You understand? Like, it offers you a peace of mind. I'm not going to say it gives you like peace in spirit, because I think peace in spirit is something that we already have within ourselves, and we have the opportunity to go there every single day. But financial health is so important. Don't like kid yourself thinking that if you're spiritual, you can't desire to have more finances, right? Resources, right? The more resources you have, probably the more opportunities you have to help others, build opportunities for others and do good things in this world. So, the more you build your energy up, I believe, God will match that energy in many ways, with support from people, finances, right? Opportunity. Where do you get your tea? I get my tea by a local shop. They don't do online sales, but, I have struck a deal with them to sell tea. It's just taking some time. It's not the easiest thing just to open up an online shop and get the tea going. So, logo's done, branding's done, everything's done, supply's done. Just a couple more things to figure out. And then the tea will be able to buy online. It will be available in window periods, right? So like once a month for a week, it'll be available. Do you do other work for my financial stability besides YouTube? Well, I've always done video work, right? Yeah, I have a few streams of income, and I'm working on expanding those streams, right? Especially for me right now, I'm really in the space of building more resources and bringing my ideas to where they got to go. And the things I want to do are going to take more resources, and the people I want to take care of, it's going to take more resources. So I'm in a building phase, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, in every single way. And I think we all should be, right? Make goals. I have goals. Like, what are your goals this year, right? What are your goals this year? I spent probably a good three years more focused on the spirit, just making sure I was happy day to day. Wasn't really focused on making too much money. I was just focused on myself, on my emotional well-being, on my spiritual health. And once that was intact, I felt like ready to take on the world. And that's kind of where I'm at now. So I always say everything is a process, baby steps, big steps, whatever steps it may be. Are you going to make a Skillshare class? I'm actually not going to do Skillshare, but I'm actually going to do a different class, like on my own website for content creation. I just want it to be really good and really thorough. So I was actually going to already launch it like before summer, but I want to make sure it's like bulletproof. It has all the value you're going to need. So I'm going to delay that to the end of the year. 100%. I do have a P.O. box, but I just found out that P.O. box doesn't take boxes. So I'm getting a different address. So I will let you know if you do have stuff to send. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could play like my favorite music for y'all on YouTube. Like, I don't know why YouTube's got to be hating and, do copyrights and stuff. Like, I want to play some music from South Africa. I want to play some reggae right now. That's the thing. That's probably why I like TikTok, is I can go on TikTok and play whatever music I want to play. Are you a cat person or a dog person? So I'm gonna be completely honest. Now, some of you may not like me after this. I didn't grow up with any pets, so technically I'm neither. I've never had a pet, except for pet fish. But if I had to choose between a cat or a dog, I'm definitely a cat person. The reason why I pick a cat is I like how cats do their own thing. They kind of mimic. I think if I was an animal between a dog or a cat, I'd probably be a cat because, I love love, but then I love my space as well. And I like how cats kind of like disappear and then they'll come back and just show you some love, nestle beside you, and then boom, they're just gone again. So I find dogs to be a little bit more up in your face. What's your favorite color? I don't have a favorite color, to be honest. But this year, right now, blue would be my favorite color. It goes through the season. It goes through changes. I remember 2 years ago, like maroon was my favorite color. It's really just how I feel. But right now, it's blue. Well, the reason why I'm also not a pet person is growing up, I always had really bad allergies when it came to pets. So it wasn't even fully like a desire because anytime I was in somebody's house who had dogs and cats, I would just be sneezing and so, or like going into a car with a dog, I would just, it wasn't enjoyable. So I've just never been a pet person, but shout outs to all the pet lovers out there. If I did have a cat though, I would get like an all black cat, like the ones people are scared of. I would get one of the ones that people are afraid of. That's what I would do. Bro, what is your hair shampoo products? I don't use shampoo, to be honest. I use like African black soap, and I use some stuff sometimes from Lush. It's like a dreadlock cream. I use aloe vera, but I don't put too much product in my hair because then it will build up, right? So what I do is I make sure my scalp is real clean. I wash my hair real good, and I use African black soap to give it a really good scrub, and then I make sure everything's just out. I don't draw, to be honest. It's one of those things I wish I could do. Like I wish I could draw. I mean, I could color, you understand? I could paint. I can paint like abstract, like blending colors and stuff like that. But I can't draw. That's one of my like. I wish I could just sit there. The best I could draw is like a stick person, to be honest. It's not my thing. But when it comes to these videos, when it comes to these sounds, yeah, I do my thing for sure. But I wish I could draw. Can we get a nighttime routine video? Yeah, I'm still working on my nighttime routine. I'm not even gonna lie, my nighttime routine needs work. But it's been better lately, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely do that soon. I got a bunch of videos coming out. Like I said, I wasn't feeling good this week. I was in bed like for 4 or 5 days sick. So by now I would have had already two videos up this week, but I didn't have any. That makes me so sad. It makes me so sad. I like having multiple videos up a week. It makes me happy. Mm-mm. Curious about my astrology signs. I'm a Pisces. Most people know that now. I'm a Pisces. I don't remember like the rest of my signs, but I am a Pisces. I love your podcast. Thank you. My apologies to anybody that listens to the podcast on Apple. It's going through some problems right now. Apple basically updated their platforms, and it seems as if they have not kicked, but like my podcast went missing. Some other podcasts went missing, and it's still not working. Like I think over 600 reviews on my podcast has disappeared, and it really upset me too because the podcast is like way up there on the podcast charts. It was like beside Michelle Obama. It's like top 80 podcasts. in on Apple or whatever. And when they did that, I was like, man, you guys are like kicking the small guy off the charts. Like I have such a beautiful community, and you guys are just like messing with my whole everything I built. You know, I was really upset. I'm not even gonna lie. I was mad. I was mad. I was like, how are you gonna do this to my podcast? That's not fair. And it's still not working fully right now. You know, it's still like almost 2 weeks now. My podcast still not working. I swear they're trying to just knock me off the chart. I'm just joking, y'all. What kind of water do you drink? What is there different kinds of water? I just drink water. I just drink water. I drink a lot of tea though. Y'all know that. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. If you guys want to do me a favor though, go on my Apple podcast and just like drop amazing reviews. Because I lost 600 reviews. I'm so sad about that. They were such amazing reviews. Oh, thank you. Thank you to Tamika. Thank you, Tamika Watts. Sorry, I almost pronounced your name wrong. I love the name Tamika though. It's a beautiful name. Give thanks, much love. Thank you so much for the cup of tea. Tamika just blessed me with a cup of tea. I'm going to start shouting out the people who send me cups of teas in my videos. There's reverse osmosis water, which is supposedly better for you. Yeah, I know you can structure your water. There's a lot of things you could do. Right now in my life, I got so many things to do that I'm just drinking water the way it is. I'm simple. When I got more time to, upgrade my water, I will. You understand? Of course, I know alkaline water, but is all my water alkaline? Nope. Man, this song is not a vibe. I'm not feeling this song right here. Yeah, shout out to South Africa again in the building. Shout out to Kaylee Roth. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for the cup of tea. The cups of tea like make me just feel rejuvenated, especially being in bed all week, not feeling well. I appreciate the gratitude a lot. A lot. No, right now I'm drinking a lemongrass tea. I'd probably drink lemongrass tea the most just because, it's light, it's herbal. I can drink it cold as well. So if my tea gets cold, it's still really enjoyable. Play Blessed, Damien, and WizKid. I can't. YouTube is going to copyright me and kick me off and give me strikes, and I'll be on their bad side. So I can't play any music. I wish. But YouTube has rules on that, and I'm on YouTube's good side. I like to stay on YouTube's good side. You know what I'm saying? I like to stay on their good side. Maybe when I get bigger and I have millions of subscribers, I'll have a little bit more weight to tell them like, hey, I'm doing whatever I want to do. Shout out to New Jersey. You should put sugar in tea. Nah, I don't like to put sugar in my tea because I drink so much tea. If I put sugar in my tea, I'd be drinking a lot of sugar. But I do drink honey. I just actually got new honey yesterday. I'll show y'all what kind of honey I got. Let's see. Yeah, so we got blackberry blossom honey. This one's good because it's good with tea. It doesn't overpower the flavor. It just actually gives life to the flavor. You know what I'm saying? And then this one's definitely a flavorful one. This is ginger and honey mixed together. So ginger and honey. Pure honey. I got this actually from a pure... like a honey hive place where they actually harvest bees. The journey. Is spirituality starting to become more inauthentic? I see people using it more as an aesthetic than a practice. Here's some tea. Well, it depends on oneself, right? It depends on your journey, right? Your journey can be authentic. Is it becoming like modernized in a sense, and like, has it become an aesthetic? Has it become an industry as well? Yeah, for sure, in a sense. But whatever, right? Like, it's really an individual journey. So if other people have inauthentic experiences, then they're just not receiving the value of what they could be receiving, right? So it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say spirituality in a whole is inauthentic. But just like anything, anything kind of gets tampered with when it becomes popular. Plus, you can't even really explain what spirituality is. Like, it's an individual experience. TJ Debbie Sella, as a therapist with advanced training in integration of spirituality and counseling, I'm curious what your thoughts on counseling and therapy are. Yeah, I think therapy is amazing. I'll be completely honest. I haven't gone to therapy, but I know people who have, and I've only heard great things. And I'm actually very later in life, I want to get a therapist because I think it's a beautiful thing just to be able to express your mind and your thoughts and your worries and your fears to somebody who isn't in your direct circle, someone who doesn't know you and who has a non-biased opinion looking into you. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think it's like a luxury as well. So it's like you go to the gym, you have a physical trainer. Why not have a trainer for the mind and spirit as well? Of course, we have a lot of people we can tune into. Our podcasts help, other people help. But yeah, I think that one-on-one session is beautiful. I'm definitely going to have one later in life. But I know I'm just going to be super picky. I already know that. I know I'm going to be super picky if I get a therapist. I got to make sure they like the right person, the right one, the right match for me. You understand? We got to resonate. Get on Twitch. Yeah, I've been thinking about getting on Twitch because I could play music over there. So that would be a vibe. That'd be really cool. What is your favorite mantra? My favorite mantra is by an artist, Taurus Riley. Shout out to Taurus Riley. And he says, Jah, guide I and I, be with I, which basically means God, be with me, and I'm going to be with you through everything that we go through. And I see that you are a reflection of everything that I experience. And the human beings in my life are reflections of you. And I am reflections of I. You know what I'm saying? So that's my favorite. Jah, guide I and I, be with I. It's one of my favorite things to say to myself. It's a prayer. It's a mantra. And it's by Taurus Riley. He has a song called Judge or Run Things. And he says that in that song. So that's one of my favorite mantras. And then obviously I have my affirmations. Some of my favorite affirmations are, your presence has purpose. Highest form of nutrition are in our expression, right? I always say, how do you explain something that's never been done before? Right? That's what I love to say. There's so many. Love Taurus Riley. What is spirituality to you? Spirituality to me is just recognizing there's more to life than what we see, right? Like I believe there's, there's forces behind the scenes working with you, when you can feel between the lines, read between the lines, recognizing that we are spirits having, a physical experience on this earth, and there's so much more than just what we see and feel, and just making sure we tune into all layers of oneself. So it's an individual journey, but it's connecting with ourselves, the energy with the world, having a deep relationship with, a higher power, with the Most High. It's not necessarily like incense and trinkets and rituals. It really depends on an individual though, right? How do you feel about mediums? I don't know. I really don't have no thoughts or feelings about it. I know a few. You know what I'm saying? I know a few. So one of the mediums I know, he's actually given me some great advice at times in my life, and yeah, I gotten some great books as well. I personally don't really like to. I have gotten readings before, but I personally don't really like to rely on that. I'm really big on faith. To me, strengthening faith is number one. I know people often ask me about tarot cards and things, and I have nothing against them. I just find, in the past, I was interested in them and, played around a little bit, but I found that it didn't strengthen my faith, right? I found that it had me almost as if relying on something that was external than myself. And I find the most power when I just generate more faith, when I go into silence, when I take time for self, and even though things aren't going the way I want them to go, or I may be struggling, and I still continue to push through, work through, pray, meditate, and see the beauty between the lines. To me, that's how I like to strengthen my relationship with life, instead of constantly like looking or asking for an answer, because I always really truly believe that the answers are within. As cliche as that sounds, I think it just takes time for it to reveal itself, all in divine timing. But I just don't think, for me personally, I don't think they're the best to rely on. What do you think about crystals? Yeah, I think crystals are dope. I just personally never got into the crystal culture. I have lots of friends that love their crystals. So yeah, I have a couple crystals. I think I have a couple in my front yard. But I personally was never drawn to crystals, but I think they're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I think they're beautiful. Obviously they hold energy. That's beautiful. Maybe at some point in my life I'll be more drawn, but I've just never felt the urge all the time to go and buy a crystal. Same here, because I'm a reader, but I had to step back from tarot. Interesting. Yeah. What do you think about reincarnation? I don't know. I think it's an interesting subject. I think I'll be personally honest. I feel like this is not my first time here. You know what I mean? And I think some of us feel like that. Like some of us feel like, hey, there's people I meet on this planet and I'm like, this is your first time on Earth. Like, I can tell you're new here. You could just tell. I personally feel like I've been here a few times before. So reincarnation, yeah, I don't know. I think it's an interesting subject. I think it's an interesting idea. Do we know for sure? No, don't know, but I definitely think I've been here before. It's not my first go around. Have you done ASMR videos? I'm actually going to work on a little bit of ASMR stuff tonight. So I have like a deep passion for ASMR. I just haven't done it yet because I'm trying to find my style in ASMR. I technically don't want to whisper. I feel like my voice, and maybe y'all can, affirm this to me, but I feel like my voice is very ASMR already. So I don't feel like I have to whisper, but, just soft spoken and doing some ASMR. I definitely want to bring some ASMR into the channels. I want to bring some, so I was in bed for the last 4 or 5 days, sick. And I was like, oh no, like I'm not able to make any content. And I'm like laying in bed trying to get the energy too. And I'm like, my YouTube, like I got to kick content out. But after I came back to life yesterday, I had amazing ideas for content. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe I got wiped out just to come up with some new ideas. Who knows? ASMR tea drinking. Yeah, if I do an ASMR tea drinking video, I'm definitely going to lose some subscribers, but I don't care. Because I remember when my channel first started to blow up, there were people that were so mad. They're just so mad when I would sip my tea. And I'm like, yo, I love ASMR. Like, relax. It's like, relax. But people were like, there's actually people who were like swearing at me in the comment section, like screaming, like, they're screaming because they got capital letters and exclamation marks, and they were just going crazy at me. But I'm like, hey man, I gotta be me. Like I always say, you might as well just be yourself. So the ones that love you come close, and the ones that don't, simply move out the way. Advice on building your eloquence. You speak so well. Have stutter issues. Yeah, I used to stutter as well. Advice on building your eloquence. You speak so well. Speak more. That's all it is, right? Did I always speak well? No. I don't think so. But you know, I got on camera every day, and I started to talk more, and you know, record podcasts, and started to share my ideas more. And the more you speak, the better you get, right? You know, just simply practicing, you get better. And don't think about it. I necessarily wasn't like, I need to speak better. I just started speaking more, and then over time, I developed a style in speaking. I knew that it was a direction I wanted to go in, but I also love to watch speakers, you know, like watch other speakers, even like anybody that goes on stage and speaks, motivational speakers, keynote speakers, comedians, anybody. You know, everybody has like their own different style, and you can see how people get their point across, get their message across, and the way they emphasize their words. Like when I would watch keynote speakers, you know, a lot of them would yell. And I was like, man, well, I'm definitely going to get on stage one day, but I'm not the yelling type. Like, of course, yeah, I can raise my voice, but my voice, for me personally, like just like my vocal range and my voice, I'm much more of a softer tone individual. So like when somebody has to yell their point, I feel like I can get the same point across, but I can whisper it almost, you know? So honoring my style of speaking was really big, because when I watch speakers, I'm like, oh, I don't see anybody speaking like me. Like everyone's really like getting loud on stage, and that's just not my style. Like I don't see myself really doing that. So I can't wait to actually play around more in live settings one day. But yeah, anybody can get better at anything, right? Like we all are, like, you know, some of us have more natural inclinations, and you know, maybe we have like innate gifts, but anybody can get better at anything if it just takes, you know, it just takes practice, you know, a little bit of belief, a little bit of hope. What are your tips to manifest a person into your life? I don't know. I'll just become the person that you would want in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like picture the perfect person and be that person, you know? And I think you're going to attract the person all in divine timing. But I personally don't, I've never really like, as well, you could, you know, faith without works is dead. So, you know, you can get out there and meet people, talk to people, you know, put effort out there, right? Like you can sit at home manifesting. That's great, right? Have intentions, write your intentions. Like, why do you want to meet somebody? Write it out. You know, what kind of connections do you want to create, right? What kind of person do you want to meet, right? How do you want to feel, right? What do you want to give this person? But then at the same time, go out there and meet people, get out there. You understand? Like faith without works is dead. You know, I think that movie, The Secret, was good because, you know, they taught a lot of people about manifesting, but it also made people in that movie, they were like, yo, I just sat at home thinking of checks, and checks just came in the mail. And I'm like, come on now. Right? So faith without works is dead. You got to put the works in as well. You got to put the efforts in. The whole point of manifestation is believing it to the point that you have nothing else to do but to make it happen, right? So now you have the power of belief in your mind, and at the same time, you are using your hands to get it done, to make it happen. So that's what I think manifestation for is sparking the belief in self to get it done. Because it's hard to accomplish a goal or to bring something into your life if you don't want it, if you don't believe in it. You understand? So manifestation to me is the spark, right? It's the spark to create the desire to get my body in motion, to get my energy in motion. Shout out to Kenya. Shout out to Kenya. What time is it? Okay, I got 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes. Yeah, you need like double. How do you protect your energy on these lives? I don't really have to protect my energy on these lives. Like nobody can affect my energy, right? Like I'm in my space, I'm in my home. Like look at this shield. I think sometimes we look at our energy like this fragile thing, but our energy's strong. Like look at the energy in this room. It's so much positivity. I don't even need to protect it. You know, I'm here to share energy. I'm here to receive energy. I'm not even in the mindset of having to protect my energy. You know, I'm in a giving and receiving mindset right now. Shout out to Switzerland. Shout out to Puerto Rico. I've been to Puerto Rico before, and I was going to go last year for my birthday, and then the pandemic happened like right around my birthday, so I had to cancel my trip to Puerto Rico. But shout out to India. I miss India. I've been to India before. I've been to Delhi. I've been to Chandigarh. I've been to Jalandhar. You know, I've been to Kerala. I've been to Shimla. I've been to Goa. Right, you know, I've been to India. I miss India, and you know, my heart's, you know, my blessings and prayers go to India. I know they're going through some tough times right now. Shout out to Toronto. Yeah, I was gonna come out to Toronto this summer, but not with y'all's. Not with the, you know, COVID's a little bit messed up in Canada right now. Canada is in such a different situation than America right now. America was like, hey, we're done with this pandemic, and Canada's like, we're just starting. Canada, we're like still like in a lockdown. America's having like festivals and like 20,000 people in a stadium, back to normal. Shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to Haiti. So many questions coming in. I'm trying to pick which one to answer. They go by so fast. Hey, shout out to Belgium, shout out to Germany. How do you keep yourself in a calm mindset even when things are wrong? Well, because when things are wrong, I know I'm probably not going to find the answer if I'm, you know, being chaotic or being extra or just being angry for no reason. So when I'm calm, I know I can find the best solution. So I just take time, you know, really try to start my mornings off right, start my mornings off calm and the day off calm. You know, that means you have an advantage, right? We know that though. You know that. You know, I drink a lot of tea and I live a quiet life. So my life, you know, is calm. You know, I'm not doing things. I live a calm lifestyle. I live a quiet lifestyle. I live a very quiet life, you know. And it's also just my nature. You know, my nature is calm. You know, I've always been kind of just calm and collected, you know, since a little youth. So that's my nature. But, you know, a lot of tea, you know, qigong, meditation, music throughout my day. It helps. How do you handle conflicts? Well, anytime I'm going through conflict, I always just think it's like an opportunity anyways. It's for me to overcome something, to grow through something. So, if I need to seek counsel, then I seek counsel. If I need to take a minute and pause and come up with a solution, then I do that. But no matter what, I always remind myself that I've made it through everything that I've ever faced. Any tribulation, I've been blessed right through. So when I get to another conflict, I just try not to freak out and remind myself, like, you're going to get through this. You may not know how you're going to get through this right now, but you will get through this. And, just do the best you can while you can. Prosperity, yes, prosperity, wealth. Shout out South Africa. Do you think animals have souls? I don't know, because I don't know. I haven't thought about it, to be honest. I mean, they definitely seem like they do, right? They have connection with the human beings. How do you stick with discipline? Well, I just remind myself that discipline is freedom, right? Without discipline, I'm not free, right? Discipline is freedom. And for me, I'm the type of individual that needs structure and discipline so I can be free within that structure, right? Like if my week isn't structured and I'm not disciplined, then I'll waste the whole week. But if I structure my week and have discipline, then I could be free within that whole structure. And so instead of focusing on being disciplined, I actually focus on being free. And for me to be free, I have to be disciplined. Yes, 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 yes. What do you think about forgiveness? I think forgiveness is necessary. I think the same forgiveness you seek is the same forgiveness you should show, right? So I think it takes practice though, right? It's not the easiest thing to do. Sometimes you got to forgive people and take that leap forward. Thank you so much for being light. You have helped me so much on my peaceful. I thank Jah for your comments. Oh, thank you so much, Divine Ascension. Thank you so much. I appreciate. That's like 2 cups of tea. So shout outs to that. I'm literally gonna refill my cup. I feel like I can stay an extra 5 minutes now. How do you feel about death? Well, I mean, it's destined, right? It's like the one thing that's promised in this life, right? Is that you're going to die one day. So I'm really not afraid of it. Of course, nobody wants to go too early or before your time, right? Like, of course, we want to live a long, prosperous, stumbled that word. We want to live a long, healthy, wealthy life. But I really try not to focus on it too much, I just honor it. Just live the life you love the life you live. I'm not afraid. Probably because I'm living. Jax. Oh yes, I'm feeling better now, Jax. Had to get the energy going, came back on, decided to come on live stream just to get the energy flowing. Since I was in bed for like 5 days, could barely even get up. I don't even know why. It just happened out of nowhere. It's happened a few times this year. This random sickness will come and just wipe me out. It's like an invisible force trying to slow my momentum. Oh, Oh wow, Selma, thank you so much. Blessings to you, hearts and prayers. Thank you so much. Selma just blessed me with like that's like 4 cups of tea. That's like 4 cups of tea. I'm gonna have to hang out a little bit longer because y'all are just giving me life. I wonder if it's possible to go before your time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Can you talk about healthy versus toxic masculinity? Yeah, I feel like masculinity gets a bad rep these days. Like I feel like it's just all in all. It seems as if it's just negative in society and culture now. I think we've just forgotten what masculinity is because it was so imbalanced for so long. But to me, masculinity is like a providing energy. You know, it's a building energy, not just from a man, right? Like we all have feminine and masculine traits, energies within ourselves. I think toxic masculinity is just one that lacks compassion, grace, and empathy, right? When it's too offside, when it's too left-sided or right-sided, and that shows, you know, because I think women naturally are more compassionate and have more grace and compassion. And I think, especially for men, like, you know, when you get too much in that like alpha male ideology, you forget, you know, you forget about a gentle touch. You forget about like, you know, a father has a stern but gentle touch as well, right? Balanced, you know, it's so necessary. Oh, Michaela Mall, thank you. So, what a beautiful name, Michaela. I love that. And I love your AMI. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Heinz, your last live, you look tired. How can we buy tea from? How can we buy you tea? I don't know, man. I don't know. I like how you set a boundary on the other live stream with regards to the vaccine, like goals, man. You acknowledged it, but also was like, this isn't the place or time. Yeah, you know, um, when there's things in the world that are such polarizing topics, like, you know, right now what we're going through, I personally like, I don't like to get into it in like these big group discussions like this. I didn't create these to debate. You know, I created this to just have like a chill spot for the day and vibe out. So often people want to know my opinions on, you know, vaccines and stuff like that, and I just don't even comment on it. It's not the space I want to be in. You know, I think however people feel, you know, allow people to feel the way they feel and make their decisions. Thank you so much, Caitlin Corns. Thank you so much. Thank you for being such a wise and gentle person I can come to watch and be with you. Oh, thank you so much, Caitlin. Y'all just like bless me with so much tea right now. I feel like, man, I was about to hop off, but definitely gonna hang out a little bit longer. Why not? Why not? Thank you so much. Yeah, I always say, if when it comes to boundaries, you know, if someone's depleting you of your energy, but you haven't set boundaries, then necessarily who's depleting your energy? It's ourselves, right? Like if you don't speak to power your needs and your wants to the people around you, how do you ever expect to receive what you need? You know, yeah, sometimes people are just going to innately know, but a lot of the times they're not. So it's very important that we speak to power, you know, and put our boundaries in place to like nourish our relationships, because I don't think boundaries are there to push people away. They're actually there to bring people closer, right? To protect a relationship, right? To nurture it. Oh, shout out to Joshua, 2 more cups of tea. Wow, I'm gonna have to like literally put the kettle on or something, or add some honey to this tea, sweeten things up a little bit, because Josh is blessed with 2 cups of tea. Y'all are just blessing the boy right now. Thank you so much. You gonna make me cry, especially after a day, especially after a week just in bed. I'm glad to come and connect. Josh looking out for the mans. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, everybody. Hey, you have any advice for long distance relationships? Yeah, I think long distance relationships are kind of dope, right? Because when you see each other, it's like it's so much excitement, right? So much energy built up. But since you don't get to see each other every day, you don't get to rely on the physical. So it's a great opportunity to see if you're actually truly connected, spiritually and emotionally, mentally. So I think it's a great opportunity. If you love each other enough, that's gonna be a testament to if you're meant to be, if you can do that. So I think long distance relationships are great. I would definitely be in one. I'm actually more interested in a long distance relationship right now than one in my hometown, to be honest. Somebody's still in my same country, but I just think it'd be exciting because you don't get to see each other all the time. So when you get to see each other, it's like, yay, you know what I'm saying? And then like you just become very present in that time. Sometimes people meet each other and then they like hook up too fast, and then they get into like this routine too fast, and then it becomes stagnant, and then like, it loses its spark. So I think it's amazing when you have opportunities to strengthen that spiritual and mental connection. I'm a mind person, so like what attracts me about a woman is her mind. Of course, I'm a visual artist as well, so I love beauty, right? That's what first attracts you to somebody, is the way they look, is their energy, is their style. But beyond that, like I really have to be in tune with someone's mind, or I'm not interested. So to me, it's like that connection through conversation, through, stimulating oneself, each other through the mind is very important. Very important. Corinna Ponce, tea in that new laptop. Oh, look at Corinna. She even remembered that I'm trying to buy a new computer right now. Yeah. Thank you so much, Corinna. What's actually funny? Before I came on this live stream, I was literally on Apple, like looking at computers, or I was debating between an iMac or a PC. So thank you so much, because I'm like, I got to get a new computer so I can do bigger kind of videos, because my computer's been running me slow right now. So soon, definitely going to get a computer. Thank you so much, Corinna. And enlight with the enlightenment, with the energy. And Byron, thank you so much. Man, y'all are just blessing the boy. I'm hanging out longer. We gonna kick it. I'm literally gonna put my kettle on. How do I put my guard down in love, but also in life? Been going with the flow and feels great, but I feel like something's holding me back. I mean, I would ask, if I was you, I would ask myself, why is my guard up, right? Like, what situations in life force me to put that guard up, and see what about those situations are still triggering you, right? See if you've healed through those, right? Maybe there's something you have to go through those situations, and then slowly start to lift your guard down, right? Because you're going to receive the most out of life when you allow yourself to experience life. So if your guard's up, you're going to miss some of the beauty between the lines. Of course, we have to protect ourselves, of course, right? But if your guard's all the way up, I mean, your tunnel vision, right? You're going to miss what's in your peripherals. You're going to miss, right, certain opportunities in life. But to me, it's just like, do it in baby steps, like do it in baby steps. Just like practice a little bit, different things you want to experience, pick up different hobbies, challenge yourself to meet somebody new, challenge yourself just to go like on like a blind coffee date or something like that, whatever it may be, whatever you're trying to do in life. But I would definitely ask, like, why is my guard up? Sometimes our guard's up because we're not like quite over our ex or what our ex did to us, too scared to love. Let's be in a relationship, frenemies. Oh, long distance relationship. Let's be in a long distance relationship. Yeah, long distance relationships are appealing to me. I'm not even gonna lie. Cha. Thank you so much, frenemies. Thank you so much. I should probably, what kind of tea do I got that I could make right now? I'm not even gonna lie, I'm craving some black tea right now. CBD. I've taken it once or twice, but I don't know if I really. I hear great things. I hear it's great, so I don't know. I personally just don't have the experience to comment on it. Isabel, you help and inspire so many people. Thank you, Heinz. Are you currently reading any books? Yeah, I am reading some books right now. Let me grab them for you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So one book I'm reading, I've actually shown this book a bunch of times, but I actually just start picking. I just picked it back up yesterday, which is "It's Not What You Eat, But What Eats You" by Jack Schwartz. It's a really interesting book actually. It's kind of about energetically eating. About having your body, mind, and spirit in a harmonious balance, and really starting to understand and listen to your body and what you need. How in one season this food may, serve a great deal for you, but then in the next season it may not. So this book is really amazing for just reminding myself how important it is to make sure that my mind, body, and spirit is in balance, and not getting too off track. Another book, I've been reading this one for a couple of years. I read it, I fall off. I read it, I fall off. But The Denial of Death, which is interesting because someone was just asking about death. And another one I'm about to read, I haven't started. I literally just read the first page, was Jordan Peterson's book, Beyond Order, 12 More Rules for Life now. I'm interested. Obviously, very controversial figure, right? You either love him or you hate him. A lot of people hate him. A lot of people love him. I want to see what his book is like. I have the other one as well. So those are the books I'm reading. Having Tea Will Save the World. Much love. Yes, Jenna Gill, you are so right. I love, a lot of people said they didn't even like tea before they started watching the channel, and now they bought a tea set. They drinking tea every day. Like it's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a real thing. Like this, it's like a real community. Like more people drinking tea just means more calm individuals, right? More vibey individuals, more loving individuals. Love from India. Have you ever smoked weed? And if you did, why did you stop? I stopped because one, I had like a prophecy vision in my mind, and I just felt like the weed of the future wasn't going to be good. I felt like weed got way too strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like people just kept wanting to get higher and higher. Like, people weren't happy with just a joint anymore. People wanted to hit the oil and then hit the bongs, and then like they built their tolerance up. It's like, I know people, the amount of weed they smoke is insane, but for me personally, it just wasn't resonating anymore. I found I was only doing it out of habit, and I was like, you know what? The same creativity, the same way I feel when you smoke, I want to feel that naturally. Like, I don't even want to have to rely on that. So no hate against it or nothing. It's just, for me, I felt within myself it was time to quit. That was like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, and I'm so happy that I did. More energy, you understand? I love being sober. I'll be honest. I love to be in my own energy. So I'm not big on smoking. I'm not big on drinking. I just love to feel my own energy. Of course, if it's like a special occasion, if it's a holiday, I have like a nice glass of wine. Or if it's like some Tej wine, or let's say I'm in Mexico and it's like I'm somewhere and it's a really good experience somewhere where I know I'll do things for the experience, but very, very rarely, right? Like 2020, I had one glass of wine when it came to alcohol, all of 2020, you know, what's good. But that's just me. That's just what works for me. You know what I'm saying? I just resonate better when I'm sober. Yeah, people don't treat it the same way anymore. I think the Golden Lotus has a great point. It is somewhat abused, because I think if something is a medicine, do you need medicine 5 times a day, every day, right? Or do you need it sometimes, right? So I think it is used. Obviously, some people have physical pain, so it is needed every day. But I think a lot of people like to numb themselves, you know. So that's just my observations. But hey, different strokes for different folks, right? Have you ever tried blooming tea? I don't think so. I don't think I've tried blooming tea. I might have to, right? Play some South African house music. I wish, man. I'm gonna get demonetized. I got some Bobby McFerrin. I got a live show here. I don't think I'll get in trouble for that. Frenemies. I've been smoking bud for years and think it's time to quit. It's not the same. It doesn't give the same effects as it used to. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened for me too. I wasn't really receiving any value. I was just doing it out of habit, I was just consistent with it. Like, we can be consistent with habits that don't even serve us just because we've done them for so long, right? We can be consistent with things that are toxic just because we programmed ourselves to be consistent and do these things. So to me, I had to deprogram that and just realize, like, I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. And I started to question everything, right? Questioning things are good at times. It's like you do an audit on yourself, right? You do an audit on your habits. You do an audit on your actions. You do an audit on how you're living and see what resonates and what no longer resonates. Because what was once true in your life, right, 5 years later may not be true anymore, right? One thing that helped you may not serve you 5, 6 years later. You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped. Oh, wow, look at that. Shout out to Jensen's. Now I know. Now there's no anonymous name. Now I know. Thank you, love. Thank you. I am trying to quit, but it's so hard, like you said. I've been doing it for so long. Yeah. I mean, the best thing to do is just stop buying it, right? If you don't buy it, it's gonna be hard to smoke it. Second, you can't meet up with the friends in like the smoke circles, right? And then over time, they'll stop calling you. Like my friends, when I quit smoking, they when I quit smoking, they stopped calling me. I was in bed this week too, any tips for getting up and out? Also, who else in the tribe wants a book from this man? Jensen says, who wants a book? Actually, a lot of people be saying they want a book from me, and I'm trying to get a book out in 3 years. I just need help. Wink, wink. Just need help. Yeah, the thing that's helping me get out of bed right now is actually this live stream. So like I was in bed for 4 or 5 days. I felt really sick, and that keeps happening to me about like once a month, or actually every few weeks lately. I've been like, feel like been getting wiped out by something. And then obviously when you're not there physically, your mind kind of goes. So today was like a day for me to get back in motion, get the energy going. So this morning I woke up, I did some deep work, deep breathing, Wim Hof breathing exercises, and then I did a meditation, and then I did a qigong. Then I cleaned my kitchen, then I made food. Then my kitchen was a disaster again, because that's how it goes. And then I said, you know what, I'm gonna hop on live stream and connect with people and just get the energy and emotions. And then after that, I'm gonna write a couple. I got some writing to do for some YouTube videos with sponsors. And then after that, I'm gonna film a video, because I would love to get a video tomorrow. Yes, a book. I'll buy your book. Yeah, no, I want to have a book. I definitely want to have a book in 3 years. 3 years I feel like would be like the perfect timing. I feel like in 3 years it will be the perfect time. 4 years max, but I feel like 3 is a magic number, because 3 is my favorite number. And I already have a couple book titles in my mind, to be honest. I'm not going to share them, but I have a couple book titles in my mind. Are you vegan? No. I don't like the whole food title things. I find them to be really restricting for myself, you know. Any tips on starting a YouTube channel? You just gotta start and get as much content out as possible, and allow your content to be market research. So I would say like your first 50 videos, boom, just get them out. You know what I'm saying? Just get them out. It's all about the consistency. And even if you make a video and you don't like it, still publish it. Right? You don't get better unless you publish the videos. You can make 20 videos and be like, oh, this isn't the one, but you just have to publish the videos. It's very important. It's very important for the process. High on your own supply. Fave color is blue right now, hence the blue sweater. My favorite sweater, actually. I've literally had this sweater for like 4 years, and I still wear it consistently. Yeah, I'm attached to it. Does anybody have any pieces of clothing like that you're like attached to? Like I got this thrifting, I've worn it a billion times, and I just can't seem to stop wearing it or throw it out. But blue is my favorite color. Hence also I got like the blue cups. Right? Got the blue teacups. I feel like blue is just royal. I feel like I'm in my royal year this year, you know. What does the qigong do? Is it sound therapy? No. Qigong is like Tai Chi, so it's more of an energy practice. It's kind of like a yogic. It's like, you know, think about yoga, but it's different. To me, it's like it really helps with getting your energy in motion and actually like feeling your own energy. And it's just great. It's a great meditation. It's like light body movements, right? So it's not too strenuous, but you know, I think it actually helps a lot with my expression on camera when I think about it. Almost all my clothes have sentimental value at this point. Yeah, I feel you. Shout out to frenemies. What are your thoughts about the next generation? I don't know. I think the next generation is interesting, man. I think it's dope how the next generation has the internet at their fingertips. It's a good and it's a bad thing. But like, you know, I'm seeing like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds like buying their first house, right? Because they had the knowledge. You know, at 14 years old, they had the knowledge to learn how to do these things. 14 years old, they have powerful MacBook Pros to create their own YouTube channels, to trade stocks, to do whatever they want to do. So I think that sense is really dope. What I think is kind of hard is like information overload. Is that now there isn't certain ages where you learn something, or you get to know something. Now everything kind of gets thrown at your face. Like if you're on the internet and you're 10 years old, you're basically seeing everything, right? You're seeing the rhetoric from politics, you're seeing the sexualization of stuff on TikTok. You just get everything blown in your face. So I think people are growing up faster, but I don't think on like a deep rooted level they're growing or maturing at the same rate, which is unfortunate. That's why I think anxiety and things are so high. I think that's why my podcast has such a great younger audience as well. Like it's over the last 6 months, it has grown a lot, between the ages of 18 to 24, actually 16 to 24. Right. Because I think everybody's just looking for a little pit stop, a little mindful break, rationalize some of these things we go through. There's so many things to feel these days. There's so many things to worry about. There's like literally 50,000 like social justice causes we have to be in tune with. And then like we got to think, and then like all the politics stuff, and we're in a pandemic, and then it's like we're distracted. There's so many things going on the internet. It can be a lot, and I remember when I was 12, I was still outside. I was riding my bike. I was playing basketball. I loved my computer, but, I wasn't on it all the time. Hi, Heinz. I purchased The Artist's Way, and I'm loving the suggestion. Oh, yeah, thank you. The Artist's Way is a great book. I highly recommend The Artist's Way. To be honest, it's one of those books that you can, like, go back to throughout your life whenever you need to, like, re-spark that creative pulse. We have 17 here, 15. Look at that. I love it. 18, 25, 30, 27. Amelia's 17, 41, 25, 28, 17, 23, 22, 27, 38. I feel like I'm 11 and 300 at the same time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel so young and so old at the same time. It's very weird. I always say we're kind of timeless, all of us. I feel old and look 15. Look at the ages in here. Oh, wow. We got 35, 45, 31, 28, 20, 21, 18, 29, 24, 21, 26. Woof. Look at that. Boom. Look at the numbers go. Wow. Look at that. I don't even feel an age. I feel you on that. I often say timeless. 40, 20, 21. Yeah. It reflects, when I look at the analytics, it often says between 16 and 16 and 45 is normally what tune in. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. So what is Gen Z? Where does Gen Z stop? Does Gen Z stop at 24 or 25? Where does Gen Z, what ages is Gen Z? I forget. And which ages are millennials, right? Because I'm a millennial. I'm 28, but feel and look like I'm still 15. 45, but feel younger. Well, I always say, like, the interesting thing about age is that we all experience time very differently. Like, some people at 14 or 15 years old were taking care of their brothers and sisters. So they're like weathered and seasoned a lot different. By the time they're 25, they're a lot more mature. Some people have more privilege and, maybe they traveled their whole life. But by the time they're 25, they have a lot more knowledge of the world, and they're experienced a little bit different. Like, we all experience time in our own way, and our journeys are so interesting. So that's why I often say, I often like to get to know people for their character versus their age, because as soon as I know someone's age, then you form a judgment around their age. So you're like, oh, they're 25, so they probably like this, or they probably know this, or financially they're probably here. But these days it's like, it's a wild card. You don't know. Like someone who's 20 years old, man, they seem like they're 45 with the knowledge they have. Or someone who's 45, sometimes, they look like they're 21, and their energy is as vibrant as if they are younger. So I always say age is interesting. Hey Heinz, I'm about to move in with my good friend, which is very exciting, but I'm quitting weed and I'm worried that he's going to suck me back into my habit. He smokes 24/7 like I used to. Any advice? Rob, yeah, that's a hard one. I think it's good though, because you're already aware, right, of what's going to happen. So you have to now create your counteraction. Like, he's going to be smoking. So you have to somehow, you're going to have to ask him, like personally ask him, I need you to keep me accountable. Like, yes, you're going to continue to smoke, but don't give me that joint. Like, don't allow, if you don't want to go back into that motion, even though he is, be like, listen, I don't want to go back into smoking, right? If you're a good friend, you're not going to pass me that joint. And you have to be on the offense. But at least you already know, at least you're already preing the situation, and you already know of the obstacles that are going to come. That means that you're ahead of the game. You just need to have, you just need to make sure he's on your side and he's not like trying to get you to smoke. And if he does, well, you have to be extra strong. Have your discipline intact. Any advice on dealing with imposter syndrome as it relates to age? I'm only 20 and I feel so unqualified to be sharing my journey on YouTube, but Amir, you have to realize as well, there's so many people who are your age or younger who need to hear what you have to say, or older. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, you have a unique experience, right? There's only one you, there's only one Amir, there's only one person that has had your exact life, that has experienced life in the exact way you have experienced, which means you have a unique perspective that anybody on this planet could pull from, that could receive value from, regardless of age. That's, to be honest, the reason people ask me my age all the time, right? One of the reasons why I do not tell people my age often is simply because I don't want people trying to compare their life to my life, right? So I don't want people saying like, oh, I have this much time left to be calm like him, or why am I the same age as him, but I don't feel like I have this type of knowledge, or whatever it is, right? I just don't like the whole comparison when it comes to age, because often once someone knows your age, they're comparing themselves, or they'll say, hey, that person's 30 years old and they have $1 million. I have 5 years to get $1 million, and then I will be successful as well. But you really have to focus on your own journey and your own path, right? Because we have all experienced life so differently. We all had the same privilege of life, right? We've all had the same opportunity to breathe and be here, but we didn't grow into this world on an equal slate, right? Some of us had more opportunities. Some of us, our parents have more money. Some of us innately have more emotional intelligence than others, is what it is. Age is a beautiful thing. Honor your age. Be proud of your age. But if you're simply asking people their age so you can get a judgment of who they are, and you want to compare yourself to them, you have to be careful. 34 is a beautiful age. Thank you for your podcast, specifically Unnoticed Growth. Thank you for connecting. I hope you feel better. 26. Thank you so much, Sierra Styles. Thank you. Thank you so much, Victoria. Yeah. I think famousbirthdays.com, randomly I'm on famousbirthdays.com and they have my birthday there, but they have my age wrong. On Famous Birthdays, it says I'm 32. They're close, but they're wrong. But again, we're going to leave everything up to a mystery. Oh my God, hearing you say 26, you've helped me so much. What are your thoughts? 25, 46, 21. Yeah. Yeah, so that happens as well, right? Queensley said that the problem with comparison was her her parents would often compare her to smarter kids. When that happens, I mean, parents like compete with other parents to like see whose kid is like the best, right? That's like horrible. Like, yeah, my kid is doing this, my kid went to this school, and it's like they just compete with one another because parents want to feel better about themselves, because they think, the success of their child is a direct reflection on them. So the better their child seems to be doing, the better parent they are. So that could be difficult. 17. Shout out to all the subscribers who are under 18 in school, thriving. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40 and my daughter 24, and we both realized we listened to you. That's amazing. That's something I love, is that I've had a few people say that parent and child tune into the channel, which is amazing to me, because what I love is I've had a lot of like agencies and like brands contact me, and they're asking me my demographic, and I'm like, listen, my demographic is everything, right? Like it stems from like ages 15 to like 50. It stems from all races. When I look through my comment section, I'm not seeing one race or one demographic. I'm seeing everybody. It's beautiful. And sometimes people would just assume, okay, black guy with dreadlocks, probably black people watch him. But it's not true. It's like, this is a global tribe. Germany, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Africa, Canada, America. You know what I'm saying? I love that unity. I listened to something recently that mentioned, if you keep saying your age, that's what you are telling your body. It resonates. I'm proud of my age. I'm proud of all. Yeah. I mean, it's different, right? Sometimes in life you're not happy with your age because you feel like you're not aligned with your age, and then sometimes you are really happy with your age. But besides all that, I still think people worry because they're constantly comparing themselves. When I was 18, I was like, oh, by 24, this person I look up to has $1 million, so I had to have $1 million by 24. Then when I hit 24 and I didn't have $1 million, I was like, oh, well, new game plan. You know what I'm saying? You can't really do that. You have to focus on your own journey. Heinz, are you going to cook for us sometime? I probably should, right? I'm kind of due for an ASMR video. It doesn't seem like many people watch those videos, but I definitely miss making them, so I'll definitely make one. I'm a baby boomer and I totally enjoy your energy. Thank you. Thank you. Do you respond to DMs? Yeah, I try my best to respond to DMs. I just, sometimes a lot come in and then I can't get to all of them. I've tried. So I'm actually creating a Discord group soon. I'm creating a Discord group. I'm actually creating a Patreon that's actually going to have a couple other things apart with it. That's like more community wise, some like guided meditations, private Discord group and stuff like that, just for like smaller community for the people that want it. Any Canadian tea companies you recommend? Looking for some? I just go locally, to be honest. None of the big brands I really go to. Lots of people be like, I want to be a millionaire by 25, but forget to ask, why do I want to be a millionaire by 25? Yeah, and people don't realize, like, more money, more problems as well, right? Like, is your energy a match for $1,000,000? Like, can you maintain $1,000,000, right? Like, if you got $1,000,000 right now, like, what would you do with it? You understand? Like, people don't realize that, like, your energy is gonna match it one day. So I think if at 24, I couldn't have handled $1,000,000. If I got $1,000,000 at 24, I don't even know what I would have done with it. I don't even know what I would have done with it. Now, oh yeah, we on our way to $1 million now, but that's just because we have things to do. That's just because, we have ideas to get out there, and it's going to take resources. Shout out to Bluetooth headphones to be able to hear while I work. Hey, yo, I love Bluetooth headphones. I love my AirPods, to be honest. I love my AirPods. My AirPods is one of my favorite pieces of technology I have. What time is it? 12? Oh, I'm going to have to go soon. I feel like a lot of money comes with a lot of responsibility. Yeah, so it's actually interesting. The more money I make, the more anxiety I have about money. Interesting. Obviously, like, you have more of a peace of mind knowing that, like, hey, bills are paid. But when you make more money, then you also start to think like, oh, well, I continue to make more money, right? So again, there is more responsibilities when you make more. With anything you gain, it's more of a responsibility. When you have more knowledge, it's more of a responsibility, right? Because now you have the responsibility to share it, right? What good is wisdom and knowledge if you don't share it, if you just keep it to yourself? I loved your AirPods story. Yeah, I did a whole podcast on my AirPods, how I lost my AirPods. I personally love my AirPods. I use them all the time. I just think they're just such a great piece of technology. They just seem, I forget they're even in my ear. The audio quality is great. Money will always be a problem, no matter how much you got. Yeah, exactly. When you don't have no money, it's a problem. When you have a lot of money, there's still problems, right? But it's a resource. I just look at money as resources, right? And it's very important. Like, I'm not somebody who's like, oh, money's bad. No. Our financial health is so important. So important. Financial health will just give us so much opportunities and make us feel better about ourselves, especially in this world. So, I just look at money as like an energy, and the way it flows is important, right? Is it flowing out more than it flowing in? Well, then that's how we end up in debt, right? Hi, how often do you run YouTube streams? I run YouTube streams once a week. I've gone into my shower like 5 times with my AirPods on, and because my dreadlocks saved them from getting wet. Like, I was in the shower not even realizing they're still in my ear. That's how good they just fit into the ear, and you forget about them. Like, you just forget that you have them. Do you ever consider the Bluetooth signals? Yeah, I have considered that, but I also consider that, like, everywhere I'm going, there's Bluetooth signals around me. Like, my computer is with me. My phone is with me. I walk outside. There's towers everywhere. There's literally Bluetooth signals and Wi-Fi signals all over the place. So it's not something I can focus on. May I send you my mango butter and beard oil? Oh man, I would love that. I literally was saying I need some type of beard oil. I would love that. Sierra Styles. I would love that. There's an email address in my in the description of my videos if you email it. Or here, I'm gonna give you my personal email, not my business email. So email that, hindsight@gmail.com, Sierra. And I'll give you an address. When I wear my AirPods and listen to your podcast, it's like you're talking in my head. Yeah, right. I love that. I actually use my AirPods sometimes when I'm recording the podcast. So I don't even use like studio. You know what's funny? I don't even use studio monitors or studio headphones when I listen back to the podcast and I'm editing it. I actually use the AirPods because I figure most people are listening to the podcast with some type of AirPods, and I'd rather like mix the quality to fit the AirPods. Found you today, brother. Peace and love. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I can't believe like 2 days ago I was like dying. And today I'm back to life. What microphone do you use? This is the SMB7 microphone, Shure mic, pretty much industry standard for podcast mics. I find it really gets a lot of my deep resonance, and sometimes I actually want to take a little bit of it out. But I love the mic. It's a great mic. I bought it used, so I didn't buy it brand new. I think brand new they're about $400 or $500. I bought it used, so I saved about $100 on it. Do you have allergies or you? I do have allergies. I do have allergies, so I'm not quite sure what got me sick. It could be allergies, right? It could be allergies shocking my system. It's been happening every 2 weeks, so every 2 weeks for like a couple of days, I've just been getting wiped out. So I literally started putting some bee pollen in my smoothies today to try to build up the resilience in my immune system to the seasonal allergies. Apparently, that's like a great way to do it. What are your thoughts on the genetically modified mosquitoes? To be honest, I have like no thoughts on all the Bill Gates stuff because it's too much of a rabbit hole for me. I don't even know about the mosquitoes, to be honest. I've heard about them. If I haven't personally read up on something and personally like searched it and I have enough knowledge on it, I'm not going to talk about it heavy or spread more information on it because I'm not knowledgeable, right? I like to speak on things I'm knowledgeable about. That's why on my YouTube channel, I speak on spirit because I'm knowledgeable in spirit, right? I'm more spirit than human, I feel. So I talk about things I know, and things I don't know, I'm open to learning about. And when I know more about those things, then I offer opinions when I feel I have enough knowledge on it to share my opinions, because I don't ever want to be in a place of ignorance, right? Or I'd never want to be in a place where I'm just spreading headlines. So I just personally haven't researched those things. It's also why that's my opinion. Didn't know you had a podcast. Yes, I have a podcast. How do you feel about college? I don't know. I never went, so it's hard for me to feel any way about it. I think it could be a great experience. The only thing that worries me is like obviously the high debt you leave with, but I think it could be a great experience. I think now is a little bit tricky, right? Just because of the era we're in and like the pandemic. But I personally didn't go to college. I went to like a private college for like 1 year that had to do with like sound engineering. That's about it. Which books such podcasts would you choose if you want to find direction in life? I feel like Jordan Peterson's content is pretty good for direction because he's all about like order. So Jordan Peterson, he has a podcast. When I listen to podcasts, I actually listen to more comedic podcasts, like things that like I could laugh about, just because everything else I do is more serious. I like Joe Rogan's podcast just because of the guests he brings on. He brings on a wide diversity of guests, and I often learn a lot from his podcast because I learn about different careers and different people I never knew about. So I love how he's constantly bringing new people to the forefront, to the mainstream. So Joe Rogan's podcast is really interesting, I find. Did you go to Nimbus for audio engineering? No, I didn't go to Nimbus. So Nimbus wasn't even around when I went. Nimbus is way better. The school I went to was bull. Like it was bull. It wasn't that good. But I have friends that teach at Nimbus, or at least they did teach at Nimbus. I'm not sure if they're still there. Like I think Chin, my boy Chin taught there. I had another boy that taught there. Oh, shout outs to Maya. Thank you. Yeah, I haven't been on TikTok in 2 months. I keep saying I'm going to come back, but I haven't come back yet. Just because YouTube has been, the problem with TikTok was I got too used to making short form content, and it got hard making long form content. So right now I'm really loving YouTube, but I am coming back to TikTok pretty soon. Time is it? Okay, I got like 5 more minutes and then I got a dip set. I gotta go. How do I focus less on how I'm being perceived by people? Well, the thing is, you can't control how you are being perceived, right? So if you're focusing on something you can't control, so you're always gonna lose if you do that, right? It's a lose-lose situation for you if you're trying to control how people perceive you, right? You just have to be you, right? You may be yourself and you may be the most beautiful person, and someone may not be able to see it or understand it. You know what I'm saying? So just focus on your intentions, focus on you, focus on your love. And, the ones that love you will come closer. The ones that don't, they'll simply move out the way. Can I send you some beats? Yeah, for sure. Love Earth. Of course. I would love some beats. If anyone's got beats, send me some beats. I'm always, I make music, but I find I don't always have enough time to like fully make stuff. I'd love people to send me stuff, or I'd love to work with some people on some stuff who can help, alleviate some of the time for me, but still get the sounds I like out. Any advice on moving to a different state from family? Exciting. I think that's exciting. Of course, it's going to be a little heartbreaking to not be around your tribe and your circle, but so much uncertainty and so much opportunity. Being in a new state where you don't know anybody, that's going to season you different. Right? You're going to grow. Like you're going to grow 10-fold times each day. Sometimes when we're in the same situation every single day, we're in our comfort, we don't grow as fast. But when we're in a brand new city, brand new state, brand new country, we have to meet new people. Everything's brand new. We're forced to grow. Yeah, Amir, send to my personal email, hindsight@gmail.com. I'll type it in again. So there's an email. Maybe I'll pin it. I'm going to pin that email. Boom. I just pinned the email. For anyone that wants to send music. What kind of music are you really into? I'm into South African house, amapiano, reggae, Afrobeats. I love the marimbas. I love the kalimbas. I love West African percussion. Don't forget Yeshua loves you. Yes, yes, Riri. Yes, yes, yes. Big up to Yeshua. Hi from Netherlands. Shout out to the Netherlands. The Netherlands. I really want to come out to the Netherlands. I've had friends tell me I would love it there. I feel so different to my family, like an outcast. Is that bad? I relate. No, it's not bad at all. That's fine. Um, I've always felt very different. I mean, I look different, right? I grew up with my mom. My mom is Caucasian, and I have a stepfather as well who came into our life when I was a teenager or maybe around 12, and he's Italian. So um, I never even looked like my household, right? And I've always been very different. But embrace your uniqueness, right? You have something to offer everybody else. That's beautiful. I don't have live chats every day, but maybe I'll start to schedule them. What I am going to do is I'm actually creating either the YouTube membership or a Patreon, and the Patreon is going to have what it's going to have is just opportunity for more community. So it's going to have a Discord group, it's going to have private live streams, and it's going to have private Zoom sessions. So I remember on New Year's Eve, I did a Zoom session where anyone could join in on Zoom and just hang out and talk on camera as well, or no camera, you just can listen. And it was really a great vibe. You know what I'm saying? We had a bunch of people in there and we all just vibed out, and it was like one big like vibe and therapy session. And I feel like it's one step further than a live stream because other people can actually voice themselves instead of just in the comment section. And I'm going to have that a part of the Patreon. Basically, the reason why I want to do Patreon is because as like the platforms grow, sometimes the live streams become so big and I see there's a lot of questions and it's hard to get to all of them. So the Patreon is basically for more community. And because the comment section is so beautiful, full of community, I think having a Discord would be really good because then everybody could be in the Discord supporting one another as well. So that's just my eyes. That's not my eyes. That's just my thoughts. But I just got to figure out how I'm going to go about that. But I'll probably do that soon. I just wanted to make sure. So, and then also what I'm going to do is guided meditations. Now I'm going to do guided meditations on the YouTube channel, like 100%, but also the Patreon will have some other kind of, meditations that will be for that group. But the YouTube is still going to have tons of content, the podcast tons of content, like, you know what I'm saying, my thing is like give as much content as possible, free, you know what I'm saying. The Patreon is simply for those people who want a little bit more community and that want to support and have a little bit something that's structured to them. No, so the Discord, I don't think the Discord will get too big because it will be on Patreon. So that's why I'm going to have the Discord on Patreon. Now, I knew the Discord will get that's what the Patreon is for. It's because we have 300,000 subscribers. 300,000 people aren't going to come to Patreon. Maybe 3% will, right? Maybe 3 to 5% will, maybe, right? So the Patreon is basically for anyone that wants the smaller group, or whatever. And we'll have moderators, right? Even if the Discord group does get big, we'll have moderators. And the good thing is, I've never seen like a real troll ever in one of these live streams. So the good thing is like the Discord is going to be full of positive vibes. Like, I have never seen somebody come in one of these live streams and trolls, or even in the comment section. And the reason why is I think because there is so much positivity in our comment section that people are afraid to even be negative. Like, I've had people comment saying like, I want to hate on you, but it's just so positive, I can't, right? Do you have to download an app for Patreon? No, Patreon is not an app. It's just a website. It's just like YouTube. It's just a website. Have all the details. Patreon is very popular. Lots of creators have a Patreon, just a way for them to have more community. I do use Ableton Push. I do create a lot of the music myself, like a lot of like the meditative sounds. Yeah, that will be me. I'm trying to really, my goal, I've been saying this forever, but my goal is to put out a project, an instrumental project. But I'm doing so much, I find it hard to fully invest in music. I would love to take like a month off and go rent a cabin and just make music. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. 3% of 300,000 are still 9,000. Well, that's even being generous, to be honest. So that's we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But regardless, I think the Discord will be a great community. Or maybe there'll be tiers. So, but when I look at stats, it's a very small percentage of people that will go from YouTube to Patreon. And other people are doing it great, right? There's people who have millions of subscribers and they're having Patreons and Discord groups, and I'm hearing great things from them. One of my friends just showed me one of theirs, and it worked out great. So I think the Discord will work. I think we will be able to moderate it. I think we will be able to support it. And I think we will be able to create great community in there. And I know in Discord you can do live streams in there now and all those type of things. So it will be great. I have no worries. No worries. Come to Colorado. I've actually been to Colorado. I've been to Denver. I loved it. I actually had a job opportunity in Colorado. I almost thought about moving there one time. Beautiful place. Which camera do you use? Sony a6400. I want to buy the Sony FX3 though. I want to upgrade my camera. I want to upgrade my camera and my computer. But I don't want to upgrade my camera before the computer, because if I upgrade my camera, then my computer is going to be too slow for the camera. So I need to upgrade my computer first and then upgrade my camera. That's probably about $10,000 worth of equipment right there. Right. Yeah, Discord is going to be great. Yeah, I think so. I'm excited for it. And then I feel like maybe even in Discord, like I could release content there first, like, hey, what do y'all think about this, before I even let it live on YouTube? I think that's a good idea as well. Oh, thank you so much, Abby J. PC or laptop? No, I already have a laptop. So I've been debating between a PC and iMac. Obviously, the better thing to do is a PC. The only reason why I kind of don't want a PC right now is I just don't feel like I have the space for a whole PC station. And an iMac is just a lot slimmer and easier to move around. But a PC is a lot more powerful and it's more bang for your buck. You spend $5,000 on a PC and you have like a beautiful machine. You spend $5,000 on an iMac, you're probably gonna have to upgrade that iMac 3 years later, right? But I don't have like a designated room for an office. If I had an office room, then I'd be more prone to get a PC. Do you think it's realistic to be searching for a soulmate? I think so. Why not? Like, you only got one life to live. Like, why not search for your soulmate, right? Why not have that belief, that hope? You understand? Like, M1 is solid. Is the M1 solid? I wasn't sure. Bro, are you married? Nope. I feel like I have so much time in this world to get married if I want to get married, to be honest. Like, life is just starting to me, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not married. Who is Jah? It's God. It's just my language for God. Some people say God, some people say whatever else. I say Jah. Jah is it's from Rastafari spirituality, which also is heavily influenced and rooted in Old Testament, right? So Jah comes from the Bible. Yah, right? Changed it to Jah. View on antidepressants. I've never taken them, so it's really hard for me to have a view on that, because I've never been in the situation where I needed it, and I've never taken them. Me, I'm more of a natural type of guy. I'm more prone to say, hey, like, why would we need those? But I don't have the science. I don't have the experience, so I can't fully give my advice on that, because everybody's different. Jehovah, Yahweh. I'd add to that, it's important to balance our expectations. There's no singular one person out there for you who's going to complete you. When you're complete, you can then add on a great relationship. Yeah, I always say, like, if you don't have a relationship, it's just an amazing opportunity to work on yourself. You will attract what you are looking for. What tea would you recommend for beginners? What are the long-term benefits of tea? Tea actually has L-theanine in it, I think it's called, and actually has calming abilities. You understand? It actually makes you more calm. So that's why I say, before you meditate, have a cup of tea. It's like, how people go to the gym and they'll have a pre-workout because they want more energy. A tea is like your pre-workout to your meditation. It actually will calm you down. A great tea, I don't know, like a classic green tea, Lapsang Souhong tea. Lemongrass tea is my favorite. It's a herbal tea. Rooibos teas are good because there's no caffeine as well. I associate stress with marriage. Yeah, so do I. I'm not even gonna lie. Me and Aisha be thinking the same way. I think marriage is beautiful, but like, I personally in my life, I think I've only witnessed one successful marriage in my life, and that worries me. In real life, I think I've only witnessed one successful marriage. I don't know many happy married people. Now, I think marriage is beautiful, and I think it's the blueprint. I think unity is important, and, family is important. But I'm not seeing any happy marriages. I'm not seeing people who are happy married, and that worries me. It's probably why I haven't rushed into getting married. I never felt like I had to rush. I never felt like, oh, time is running out for me, I have to get married. No, I didn't feel like that. I feel like I'm just getting started. I get confused of what energy we need to talk about. We need to talk about me and Heinz getting together. Princess Egypt. Oh, is me and Princess Egypt a thing? Do you think Sister Nancy is a vibe ting? Oh, Sister Nancy is like a vibe ting. Sister Nancy is a vibe ting. Yeah, I know some arranged marriages. I've seen some. To me, the thing is just like, I'm not allowing society to rush me. So like, when I'm in the space and I'm with somebody who I want to marry, then we'll get married. But I'm not just gonna go marry somebody because I feel like I need to get married. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm not like doing that. Are we ever gonna meet your daughter? My daughter don't like being on camera. My daughter don't want to be on live stream. She don't want to do any of that. So I gotta obey. I gotta honor her. I can't just be throwing her in videos and stuff. If she was with it, I would. You know, if she was with it, I'd be making videos with her. You know, such an important part of my life. But you know, she's not in the space where she wants to be on camera and stuff. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna slowly say my goodbyes. I got there's a video I want to make today, so I definitely got to get to it. I want to thank everybody for just hanging out with me today. Everybody who I was only meaning to come here for like 40 minutes, but then y'all were like blessing me with cups of tea, and then I just ended up staying longer because I was rejuvenated. So I want to thank y'all. I'm gonna like let the music ride out. Say goodbye as I answer maybe a couple more questions, and I think I'll leave this live up. Maybe not. We'll see how it goes.